Welcome to the Education Innovators Podcast. I'm Eric Byron, and it is my privilege to host this show where I get to talk to folks from all over the world who are education thought leaders and innovators. We'll hear inspiring stories from educators, EdTech founders, AI experts, and others who are fearlessly innovating and delivering unique learning experiences. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. I can't remember where I read it, but someone put this concept out about how AI allows us to describe our intentions and then it attempts to provide an appropriate response. It took a while for this to sink in, but the more I think about it, the more I realize the significance of this concept. This is the big deal with AI. It changes the way we interact with computers. So until now, or about 18 months ago when generative AI became publicly available, in order to interact with a computer, to get a computer to do something useful, we had to provide it with instructions. These instructions are done with programming languages, so people like me could, create software to get computers to do useful things. And yes, I'll acknowledge someone had to use programming language instructions to create generative AI. But now that it exists, right, we can interact with these large language models, right, LLMs, using natural languages, not programming languages. And this changes everything. Someone without software development training or skills, can tell a computer what they want it to do. And in theory, the LLM can interpret the intention and then respond accordingly. So for example, I saw a demo the other day. It was a chatbot designed as an AI agent to work with Excel spreadsheets. So the concept here was that the AI agent, or with this agent, you don't need to understand all the Excel functions and advanced features. You can have your data, right? So it's just some rows and columns of stuff, right? And then you can ask the chatbot to analyze that data, and it can do things like, of course, add totals to the end of rows or columns, but it can find trends and find outliers, and even predict like future values in a series. So this kind of takes the fun out of it for me because I enjoy doing that sort of work in spreadsheets and analyzing data. But what the AI agents can't do, I mean, it's powerful what they can do there for folks who don't like playing in formulas, but it can't tell you the significance of, what's in that data, right? So, it can see a pattern or, be able to predict a future value, but it can't tell you what it really means and what you should do about it, right? So the way we interact with the computers is changing, that we still need to know what we want the computer to do. And we have to have the communication skills to be able to state our intentions clearly. So for all of those that are afraid that, AI is going to steal our jobs, please find some comfort in the fact that, this ability to read and write and communicate is even more important, right? Critical thinking skills and deep knowledge, that allow us to understand and analyze what we're getting back from the AI, right? These are the skills of the future. So to reiterate, until generative AI was available, we had to use programming languages to tell a computer what to do. Now we can use our words, spoken or written, to tell a computer our intentions. You can describe a picture, it'll create it, right? You can ask it to find the key insights in a 30-page PDF, and it'll give you a summary. You can ask it for design ideas for your presentation, and it'll give you a dozen to consider. But the tools are only as useful as our ability to communicate our intentions. So practice using AI. It's powerful, but it needs us to be useful. I'm Eric Byron. Thanks for listening to the Education Innovators Podcast. Please subscribe and share. I've got more episodes coming with thought leaders and experts and educators with incredible stories of innovation. Join me as we share and inspire, get involved. Be well, keep innovating. You are making a difference.